In part 3 of this video series, I'm going to show you how to take the meat off the bone in order to get cuts of meat like stew meat, hams, and hamburger. This is one of the hindquarters, and this is where ham comes from. Now, a ham is just basically a big piece of meat. So what I like to do is come in here, go straight up to the bone, and then come over here. And again, there's a bone right here, so you want to feel for that. Cut into here. Again, this is not professional butchering. This is homestead butchering. Try to get as much as you can. This is one big muscle group. Flip it over, you can see the ball of the femur. The femur is going to run down here. So I'm just going to try to get in there and follow that bone. And now I can start to peel this away close to that bone and get the big ham out of this back leg. And what we have is a very large muscle group that you could use as a roast, or I could cut this up into stew meat, basically anything I want. And I can cut these little pieces of fat off later, right before I cook them, but these will be vacuum sealed. So that's a ham. And now we've got some of this meat is really good for stew meat. And so the bigger chunks, like this one, get it away from the tendon at the end of the leg. And then for stew meat, because goat is really good for curry, for example, or for stew, you just want to cut them into chunks, maybe a couple inches across. So I usually have 3 different bowls set up. One is for hamburger, or goat burger. One is for stew meat, and one is for the hams. So this will be our stew meat. If you're going to grind it up into burger, just leave all that membrane and everything right on there. I'll show you grinding this up in just a few minutes. You see we've done a pretty good job here, but all of this meat is still really, really valuable. So I try to get it right down literally to the bone. And since this is going to be ground up, it doesn't have to be cleaned of any of the membrane or anything. I'm just going to keep working this all the way down as close to the bone as possible. This is really all that I care to take off this bone, but watch, I can fold it up and put it in this pot, and then all of my bones are going to go in here, and I'm going to make stock out of them. The other thing I wanted to tell you is that this has been sitting in the fridge for 5 days. That's perfectly fine. As long as it's got refrigerator temperatures, you can leave it for the better part of a week, and don't worry about it spoiling. So with the front leg, you see all this? I'm going to peel all this fat and membrane away. And then this is going in my stock pot when I make the stock. You can leave a little bit of that fat for flavor in the burger, but the bigger pieces I like to take off. So a lot of this is just going to be ground up into hamburger, and you really can't get any huge pieces of meat off the front leg of an animal this small. But even for hamburger, I want to get rid of this really thick fat, so use your own judgment. You need some fat in the burger, but this really coarse fat, we probably don't need it. So I'm just going to repeat this going all the way down this bone. I've cut as much meat as I can off of this one, and just like before, I'm going to fold it up and put it in the stock pot. And now I got 2 more legs to go. From that one little goat, I've got roasts, I've got stew meat, I already ate the 2 loins, and now I've got to grind all this up for burger.